Hello, and this is just a guess. I'm not saying this is what's coming next. Just a guess of what's next for HMV Premium. Now, hate to say it, but I might have had a little thing to do with this. I'm just saying. Long time ago in Bethlehem when they said, "You got any ideas?" I'm like, well, what about films you can't get? Again, I rant on about VHSs loads. What if you can't get Watches? Watches is a bad example because it's out on DVD. Studio Canal's probably going to bring that out. But I'm talking about Dream Little Dream, talking about License to Drive, Dream Machine, films that have forgotten. They came out in VHS, they've got the history and then poof, gone. Gone. Some get bootlegged versions. It's just like, right, capitalise on it because as a mainstream store, this is the only place you can get them. It kind of worked. So I only have a few. 6. Might have a few more. Gremlins 2. The Thing. Jeremiah Johnson. Casper, is this any good? Yeah, it's brilliant. Starts off just Jeremiah sitting on a hill and the music plays. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? New Jack City. Awesome film. And then Stephen King's Pet Sematary. And Judgment Night. Again, Judgment Night. Big box VHS. Happy to get that. Now, they come with art cards. And to be honest with you, Judgment Night's got no extra features. That's got a few. Gremlins has got loads. The Thing's got the trailer. Jeremiah Johnson's got an audio commentary. I'll be missing that. New Jack City though, brilliant audio commentary by the one and only Mario Van Peebles, as he talks about how he wanted this movie to be what it is and talks a lot of backstories. It's really interesting. So again, but they're all over the place. You can see there's some of the Hitchcocks have been in there. More recently, stuff like Ghost has appeared, and there is a bit of a pattern. And what's that pattern? Well, Warner Brothers is a bit of a pattern, but again, it's not weird because stuff like Clockwork Orange, even though it's on HMV's label, still available on its own label. Same with The Shining. So there's a few that have still available mainly, but again exclusively. The artwork comes out, it's a lot different. But these are my guests. There's no one here, just me. But these are my guests. My guests. It's because I'm looking at the camera and my beard's like super ginger. I just got out of the shower, just give it a wash. So yeah, I've got a massive ginger beard. Right, so first off, A Perfect World, or A Perfect World. Clint Eastwood, Kevin Costner, poof, gone. You know what I mean? Big in the day, there's the past, there's the future, while he's driving in his car. Kevin Costner, just, you know what I mean? At the heyday, Kevin Costner coming off the back end of stuff like Bodyguard, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and going into the mid-90s. I think it's pre-before Waterworld happened. Clint Eastwood again, absolute power era. Clint Eastwood was really starting to settle back into directing. Only available in Clint Eastwood's box set recently in the last couple of years, the big one. Because of the alignment of the gun, it looks like a certain word, and it's talking about Clint. Just saying. Bit of a boo-boo on that one. But anyway, it's only available in that box set, and that's one of the ones I thought, well, it's Warner Brothers, I've got it on big box VHS, I've never seen it on DVD. Perfect World is definitely a one. After that, we've got Interview with the Vampire. That's my next one. Again, it's a Warner Brothers title. It's been released on Blu-ray, but very limited edition. Not limited as in, ooh, look, it's made of gold and it drips blood. It's just, flat standard out. I think that warrants, it just looks like it would fit the same artwork, So yeah, Interview with the Vampire. There is audio commentary by the director on the DVD and stuff like that. So yeah, I would go for Interview with the Vampire. Next up, Fallen. What's the jingle he sings? No. He sings a jingle everywhere he goes. I just thought Fallen would be something that would snap up. Denzel Washington, bit of a horror, kind of edgy kind of movie. John Goodman's in there as well. It's Casey Jones in it, the guy who plays that. That was just one I threw in when I was going, I haven't seen that on Blu-ray. I'm not saying it hasn't been released on Blu-ray, I just don't remember seeing it on Blu-ray. And Denzel Washington, just, you know what I mean, if people saw a new Denzel Washington Blu-ray, they might rediscover that, and that's what's a gem about some of this stuff, like virtuality, whatever Denzel Washington was in became with V. He made some movies before he was household name. After that, Long Shot, Under Siege, 1, just 1. The reason why I say Under Siege for is Under Siege has been available twice on Blu-ray, and I have never seen it on its own. It's come out with 1 and 2, and it's also in the Steven Seagal box set. Under Siege, again, Steven Seagal on the front cover wearing his white suit, like the big box VHS from back in the day. It's just part of that collection. I think it could. What could happen? It could be On Dangerous Ground. That could be the curveball. You know what I mean? It might not be Under Siege, it might be On Deadly Ground. Again, it's just fitting it in because like before the lockdown happened, Seven Brides and Seven Brothers was next, you know what I mean? And like if you look at 88 films and 101s, they are creeping around. And like Trespass, film I like by Ice Cube and Ice-T, that ended up on 101. Howard the Duck, these are ones where you think that might have ended up on HMV's premium collection. Again, it's a label, but again, it's association. When you look right down into it, a lot of them are around the Warner Brothers area. You're not going to see stuff like Universal films normally end up in Arrow, you know what I mean? It's that kind of like where the fine line of distribution worldwide lies. And HMV over the last 2-3 years now doing this have got some amazing titles in. I mean, like The Thing and stuff like that, like Over the Moon for that, The Shining. I already had The Shining, so I'm not going to buy it again, and stuff like that. So next up of the wrap after that round, 187. Samuel L. Jackson. I watched this last night actually on VHS because it's never seen the light of day on DVD. If it had, it might have been an old-fashioned snapbox, you know, like the Warner Brothers one. 187 is an amazing movie. It's directed by Kevin Reynolds, who did Waterworld, and 187 could end up in Arrow. Kevin Reynolds, you know, it's like he did Robin Hood. He's done quite a lot of films, but Samuel L. Jackson's just amazing in this, and it suits that HMV brand. It's a very edgy film. If you haven't seen it, it's literally Dangerous Minds, like literally on steroids. It's what happens if the teacher literally is pushed to the limits, and Samuel L. Jackson just nails it. All the supporting kids in it, amazing. The film itself, you're like, wow. I thought he was going to be like, at the end they're all like, yeah, we all graduated. No, like, oh, this goes the opposite direction. But it'll be a great one for the label. Next up, The Last Boy Scout has been available on Blu-ray. Flat edition, just there you go. Last Boy Scout, Bruce Willis on the front cover, next to Damon Wayans. Iconic cover for me from the 80s. Never really has much extra features. But again, if you look at Judgment Night, I can go right. I can see Last Boy Scout coming out, even though it's been available. So when films like that are available, you've just got to watch for when they disappear for a while. Then they might resurgence. So Last Boy Scout's a little bit... At the end, I'm going to go right where my money is. And sometimes get it right. I mean... I got Tremors right, didn't I? I got The Thing right. You know, and I get these right sometimes. Next up, curveball, Avengers. And I'm not talking about Iron Man in a suit. I'm talking about Sean Connery in a kilt. That's right. Avengers, just never seen the light of day, really. It's disappeared. It has been available on DVDs, Snapbox, again. It just something that, as a British label, as a British production, that would come out. So, yeah, Avengers is definitely, I think, on the cards. Next up, this has to happen. It has to happen. Young Guns 2, Blaze of Glory. Young Guns 1's been available for quite a long time now, and the DVD of Young Guns 2 has always lost its amazing VHS artwork of all the guys standing, just deadpan the camera, to having them all like chopped in with a blue background. Like, what's going on there? Young Guns 2, it's definitely with all the hype going on the moment that Emilio Estevez wants to come back to the franchise and do a free. Again, get it down. It's a Warner Brothers title. It will sell and it'll look great in that collection. Next up, I mean, I'm just going to say this. I'm just going off my personality. If I asked Casper would have been like, he would have like listed all the war films, you know what I mean? I'd be like, Casper, I'm not standing there and reading a toilet roll of all these films out. There's so much demand. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to guess. You know what I mean? I'm trying to guess what the next ones could be. The Bodyguard, maybes, could be. Bodyguard's already out, you idiot. That's right. But it's what I was going to say. It wasn't Bodyguard. Let's start with a B. Beetlejuice. It's already out on Blu-ray, and normally comes with a nice new edition cover. And obviously HMV has released a very limited The Book of the Recently Deceased 4K. Gone, poof, gone. But I can kind of see Beetlejuice ending up on premium. If the green light for Beetlejuice 2 happens, I think that's what will happen. I think we'll get that on premium collection. Again, the artwork just sits there, nice extra features. But again, it is out, but it doesn't stop it going back to Clockwork Orange and The Shining and stuff like that. Next up, the Pelican Brief. Denzel Washington again, along with Julia Roberts. This is just gone. Believe it had a very, very, very brief Blu-ray release. Might not even be right that. I just think the Pelican Brief will be there. Last on the list, before I have a big hopeful, is Devil's Advocate. Keanu Reeves, Al Pacino. It's just like boom, gone. Again, these are all Warner Brother titles, and I think that one would do really well, especially since we're in for a year of Keanu Reeves, from Bill and Ted to Matrix 4 to John Wick to God knows what else he'll do. Yeah. So my honourable mention, there'll be no outtakes for this, and I just want it to happen. I just want it to happen. It is Gremlins. It's me. That's the one I want. Because Gremlins 2 got released. Gremlins had been out on Blu-ray. It's been released on Steelbook. It's now been released again on Steelbook by Z to the Eye. It's had a 4K release with all these bubblegum covers. It's even had a super deluxe version, which kind of goes, right, it's not going to come out. But why Gremlins for? I think Gremlins on Blu-ray, it just, to me personally, it's never had that justification of a special edition in the UK. In Europe, in Spain, snap boxes, magnetic boxes, check out Lonely Tree's channel, there's loads of me back going, Gremlins this and Gremlins that, and can you see Stripe in the corner? Of course you can. Gremlins came out as a 30th anniversary. Like, you could hold the boxes next to each other and like, that's a standard, that's a 30th anniversary. Not even a title, flipped it around, the back of the box was a little bit different. They put this new documentary on the 30th anniversary, slapped it out there. Like, standard price tag, no extra features, no, like really going, he's the Gremlins. This is like an iconic movie. He's the Gremlins, no. But Gremlins 2 came along and it got this nice cover, even though it's a slightly different from the counterpart, the big box VHS. Dun dun dun. Because they had made it a bit more shinier, you know. I mean, it's still there. Oh, it's totally different. I mean, change the skyline. It's, look at the difference in that, man. Classic. So, Perfect World and Interview with the Vampire are up there high, along with Avengers and definitely Young Guns. The rest fall into maybes, possiblies. I personally don't know. I really don't know. It's not like I've hidden any information. I just did one of these for Arrows a few months back and got a couple right. I was over the moon with that, so yeah. But now, I'm Steve Monkey Mason. This has been Lonely Tree Entertainment. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now. Right, higher in the outtakes. Right, so Scarface, the original Scarface, is the next one, but that was already announced. I just totally forgot about that. There's a few coming out while we're in lockdown, so this is just me guessing. Anyway, this is quite a nice poster from The Thing. It's been framed for a while, and right, okay, the poster is awesome. I did have this room UV lit, so there you go. Hasn't found a home. It got framed just before I moved. The frame was just lying around like normally framed stuff, and it fit absolutely perfect. So that's really cool. And it's a thing from another world, you know. But yeah, which I believe the follow-up or the prequel, whatever the 2011 one wanted to be, should have been called A Thing from Another World rather than just call it The Thing and go, right, let's confuse people. But yeah, you get that poster in there. Judgment Night had one. So you get art cards and extra features. I just want a little bit more, and that's pretty cool. But I think Judgment Night's only got a play button. So this is an outtake for what's next, and hopefully I've guessed a few right. But for now, stay safe everyone. Goodbye for now.